Hey there, how's it going? It's Monday, start of a fresh new week. I got up especially early this morning to watch SpaceX launch their BFR, or big fucking rocket, um, which is kind of the Starship part, and then it's got like a part underneath, which I'm sure has got a name. I think Big Heavy maybe. And what I didn't know is that it's got 36 engines underneath. I think they're called Raptor engines. I'm not sure if it's got Raptor 9 maybe, Raptors underneath, but 36 of these things to get the bloody thing off the ground. And it looks massive. Like, if you look at the assembly of it, how they've got it all like standing on the platform, it looks like the hugest thing you've ever seen in your life. Unfortunately, they didn't get to take it off this morning, which was a bit of a downer, but safety first. And I think they had an issue loading the fuel onto it. But I was kind of excited to watch that and that kick off the start of the week. I just love the idea that we've got a starship, a spacecraft of sorts. And as soon as they nail this, we'll have, I'm sure, as regular as putting CubeSats up there for Starlink, they'll be putting the spaceship, I can't remember what it's called, I've just forgot it already. I'm sure they'll be putting the spaceship up there all the time. And I did see a little animation of like a slit on top of the spaceship, which is kind of where, instead of them opening like a Bombay doors kind of situation, it will have the CubeSats like in a flat format, and they'll like almost spit it out like a machine. Those machines you put coins in and it like spits it out the bottom once it tips over. They're just going to fire them out, and it's going to be the next generation version of Starlink. So I don't know if it means that they are going to be doing it in bulk more, or sending the ships up more, or if it gives them a benefit more for Starlink. But originally I thought the BFR was more about putting more fuel into space so that they could do bigger missions onto Mars. But also I guess they have like fuel up there in orbit that they can dock with and then go to somewhere else in the world and land. I think there was a whole premise about being able to land anywhere, I think, on Earth in 40 minutes, or at least under an hour. So you can imagine, in generations from now, if we're still here and we don't kill ourselves, imagine a situation where people, and I don't think this is good for the environment, but moving from one place in the world to another place, breakfast, lunch and tea, by just flying out of Earth into the atmosphere and then round and then landing again in another place. And I feel like every time I watch the SpaceX events, that the media curation and the streaming and all of the social media stuff they do, this is a learning exercise for them, that when they eventually do launch that service, they will have done it so many times from all these launches for the CubeSats and trying to get Big Heavy up there, that it'll be a well-oiled machine. You'll be able to go into almost like a spaceport or airport spaceport thing, and there'll be graphics from checking in to getting on board to going up there. It'll be just this incredibly well-oiled machine, and you can kind of see what they're doing with it already. Unfortunately, it didn't go up, but still a good start to the week to know that there's human beings on the planet thinking about other planets and getting off the planet and building stuff. I know they mentioned that the Starship, it was their 15th Starship on top of the Big Heavy. So they've either had a lot of crashes or had a lot of things go wrong until they've got to the 15th ship. And I am really interested in how much runway SpaceX has got and how much they're spending, because they're spending a lot on rapidly iterating and prototyping these things. And I don't know how long that runway lasts, but I guess they've got to get this thing up there sooner or later. I think they're going for a relaunch in a couple of days, so we'll see what happens. All right, I'll catch up with you soon. I hope you had a great Monday. I did.